All right. So I'm going to do a very basic video on felling a tree. If you're just new to chainsaws, don't go after stuff. But something like this, you could go after. Like this is a, I don't know, what, a foot across sweet gum. It's a pretty basic tree to fall, but we need to get rid of it because we have a big hillside here and a big embankment that it's going right up next to. Come around to this side. Go over about there. Okay. As this tree grows, it does this and it leans back over towards the house when it was a young little sapling trying to get sun from the shade. And then it just kind of kept doing that. So I don't know if the video's catching the angle of this, what, 50-foot tall tree that is now leaning over our house. So it's starting to get a pretty decent lean. It's on a hillside that likes to wash away sometimes. It needs to come down before it hits my house and I have a big expense. So I know that because my lean is going at the house, I need to look at this tree and figure out where my lean is. Because if you're gonna fall a tree and I have nothing but room out front here going up the hill towards the pond. So I'm gonna look at my tree. I'm gonna find myself a nice, easy to work with spot. I don't want to lay down on the ground to work on this. I'm going to work on it up here so I can get in here. Like if you're new to doing saw stuff, like get up here where you can work on it. You can always cut this stump down further. Get it up here where you can work on it. This is not a big tree that's going to come falling off the stump, bouncing off the ground, all that. Like you got the ability to work on it. So we're going to work like right here. I can sit here and I can work on this tree safely and comfortably, cut this stump off and have a firewood piece of chunk, right? So, I'm gonna cut it here. I'm probably gonna be cutting straight from the back about, because I'm looking up this tree and I'm looking at where that lean is going back towards the house. And it's got a significant lean. So we're also gonna help ourselves out, and I'm gonna have the kids climb up this thing. They're gonna put a rope in this thing, and we're gonna pull it over so we don't drop this on the house. And I'm gonna be using wedges and all the fancy tricks. But step one, and why you should own an axe, is I'm gonna get my area where I can work on it. I have a chainsaw.
There's so many sticks.
You up yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost un-up.
You almost un-up?
I'm up.
Take those and just go around the tallest limb you can get, but don't secure them yet.
What?
Don't secure them yet.
Okay. I'm trying to climb without breaking any
It's
branches.
fine. Just, buddy, right where you were. Right there. Just go around the tree.
With
It's
this?
fine. Yeah, because now I need to be able to hand you this.
Okay. Careful, William. Come on. You stick it up hard enough.
I told you not to go too crazy about it.
Oh man. I got it. Black, blue, skinny.
Yeah, through the skinny end. Now grab your red skinny end and hook it to the... Okay, and then you take that other one, like you've got a big hole behind the little hole, grab your knot. Hey, grab your knot right in front of your face.
This one?
That. Can you fit that through the thing?
Oh, yeah, I cannot.
All right, hey, take that red thing out of the tree. Take that red thing out of the tree. Just take it out of the tree and let it fall.
Let it fall?
Yeah. Okay. Take the green rope, feed it around the back side of the tree, right where your face is.
Oh. Oh.
All right, got your fingers out of the way?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and hop down.
Okay.
Here, you can use the rope to help you get down with. Yeah. All right, so my axe is already up there, sitting where I'm going to be working. We've got a line. Looking at this, we're actually going to pull it this way, and we've got a line on it, so no matter what, it's not going to come back to the house. It might swing and maybe wipe out the wife and the kids in the 4Runner, but it's not going to hit the house, so we're good. But I'm not worried about this tree. I'm overdoing stuff just to kind of show, because you got to be careful. Now, if I'm up in the woods, I would be wearing this. You've got hangers and things, and I've known guys that have gotten killed. There's been a couple guys on YouTube that have been killed by just crap falling out of trees as you're cutting, because that tree's got a lot of vibration going through it, especially with a really big saw, and it starts to shift and it breaks branches off, and trees kill people. So I'm going to use our little homeowner Ryobi saw, a wedge, and a rope. Now, because this is a little tree and I've got a huge wedge that is like half the width of it, we're going to have to do some tricks, which I'll get to here in a second. Right now I'm figuring out how to do my face cut. This is a 16-inch bar chainsaw. I want to leave myself away from the ground because that dirt will almost immediately dull your chainsaw. And I want to leave myself room to work. So at a kneeling position, I can safely work right here. I have full control of the saw, and I'm going to be cutting probably right here. So I'm just going to do a normal, I'm not saving this for lumber, we're not doing this for production, we're not going to come in and do the fancy, we're going to do a regular face cut. And because I'm at a weird angle, and I don't fall trees for a living, it's probably not going to be perfect. But that's why we got a rope and a wedge and stuff. Okay, so I went 1/3 into my tree, and as I'm going in here, I'm using this part of the bar to aim where I want to land that tree. Just look straight down your line, and you can see about where it's going to land, which the top of this will land right in our brush pile where I want it. Then I just come in, and I need to make a pie cut that connects this side with this side. Okay, this is not pretty. This is a tiny little chainsaw blade, but if you can zoom in on this, when this tree falls over, I need to give it room to hinge on. So because this is leaning back towards the house, even though I have a rope, even though I'm gonna wedge it, even though I'm gonna be doing all the things, if you don't set this part up right, you're gonna have problems. This is not the prettiest, perfectest straight face cut. That's fine. This is like a tiny tree. So I started off flat coming into my tree. Flat with just kind of guessing where I was. And then I came in and I made a big face cut and I left myself lots of open room in here and did my best with that tiny little chainsaw blade and everything to clean it up. But this now, and then I came back in and opened it up even more because you want more room. This part of the tree right here is what's going to be my hinge. It's about 10% of the wood of the tree. This is what I'm going to leave so you get a nice pretty hinge over on the tree. So I'm going to cut until I'm about at that 10% and I'm going to slow way, way down. I'm probably going to cut in this far. I'm going to cut until I can take a wedge and shove it in there and start giving mechanical advantage against this tree. All right, I'm going to set up and do that cut. Switch. So if you're new and you don't know what you're doing, draw yourself a line to follow. Okay, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to make sure that I'm closing that hinge wood up, like these two parts of the tree, that I'm cutting into there evenly. Because if I leave more on one side than the other, it's going to make this tree do weird stuff. And you're not at that skill level yet, so don't try. Okay, my wedge is now pushing this tree over, or helping push the tree over, It's away from my bar. I'm pretty even on my cut, so I'm gonna go. Goes. Okay. We had a safety rope on it so I couldn't fall back at the house, and it was lean. I mean, it was, when I started cutting it, it was leaned hard. You should not have to wedge a little tree over that much. We got a bunch of weight 50 feet in the air leaning over a house. It is what it is. But you take your time, and you can see where that thing pretty well just fell where I laid it. I mean, it's really, really young, really, really green, wet wood, so it didn't hinge like an old redwood tree would. But it laid over. It was a controlled layover. I had plenty of room to get out of the way. So you slow down, you take your time. You know, you're gonna slip, you're gonna trip over stuff, you're gonna get tangled up in brambles. You wanna give yourself as much time to go. And that's why we cut that big Pac-Man mouth looking thing. That I forget what the name of it is. I'm not a logger. Instead of just doing a corner angle, we left ourselves like a big gap, because that slows everything down and gives everything more time to collapse and lay over. So it was a nice controlled fall, not a, oh crap. So, hope that helps. Be careful falling trees. So why it's pays off to buy a little cheap saw like this is because while it kind of sucks to take down a tree, it is awesome at taking down limbs. dark and I'm cold. I'm going inside. It's hot. Don't touch that. So yeah, you can take down an okay sized tree for a suburban yard or for just around your house or in the area. Like, you can safely take a tree down like this with minimal fuss, no stress. And after you have a saw like this, if you keep it running and you treat it well, you saw how awesome this saw is to limb with. It's light, it's easy, it's like, it's good stuff. There she goes.